Before we all know it, the temperatures will drop below 50 degrees here in Georgia and the air will turn from humid to cool and, dare I say it, to chilly. But that means it's time for Georgia's favorite fall pastime activities. Georgia has a lot of places to embrace the colors of the season, so tag along and let's discover where those places are. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another video. My name is Mischa Thompson, your favorite Warner Robins real estate agent with The Real Broker, and today I'm gonna take you on a tour of the top 5 state parks to visit here in the beautiful state of Georgia. So let's go. And number 5 on the list is the Amicalola Falls State Park, just northeast of Dawsonville, Georgia. This is an absolute nature lover wonderland, 8 miles away from the Appalachian Trail within the Chattahoochee National Forest. Who could have guessed that the park was actually named after its most significant feature, which is the Amicalola Falls, and that is a 217-meter high, tall, big waterfall, and it is the 3rd largest waterfall east of the Mississippi River. And in comparison, that is half the size of the Empire State Building. So that is massive, and it's a beautiful sight to see. Amidst the beautiful and absolutely spectacular terrain of the state park lies the Amicalola Falls Lodge. This is a beacon of comfort, relaxation, and true adventure here in the state of Georgia, and something you should definitely check out. And if you want to look into the Amicalola Falls Lodge, nearly every room there has a view, and it's just beautiful to sit back, relax, and take a look at those breathtaking sunsets. And when it comes to activities within the state park, you got it all. You got the waterfall, of course, hiking, zip lining, GPS scavenger hunting, 3D archery, and survival camps. And those are just a couple of the activities that are available. In addition to all of those activities that I mentioned, and I didn't even mention all of the activities there, you could also celebrate your special day in Amicalola Falls State Park. You could get married in one of the most wonderful forests in all of the United States. A fairy tale wedding in the beautiful forest. There are not many people out there who can say that they got married in one of the most beautiful forests in all of Georgia. If you were thinking about getting married, maybe you should check out Amicalola Falls State Park. This is a state park you can't not miss. Everyone now and then needs to recharge their batteries, and this is the right place to do so. Number 4 on the list is Black Rock Mountain near Clayton, Georgia. This park has an elevation of 3,640 feet and therefore is the highest elevated state park in all of Georgia and gives you the most amazing views of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Within the state park, you have numerous outlooks where you can experience the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises. Well, sunrises first and then sunsets. Also, rolling oceans of mist. Seeing nature doing its thing. And if you've ever seen or experienced where the mist rolls through the mountains, it's absolutely breathtaking and gorgeous. You also have an amazing overview of the majestic Blue Ridge Mountains, and on a clear day, the views go 80 miles. That's a lot. The park also has incredible hiking trails that lead you through beautiful forests, creeks, waterfalls. There's also a 17-acre pond that is stocked with rainbow trout and other fishermen's favorite. So if you love to fish or hike, doesn't matter, you should check out Black Rock Mountain State Park. Definitely. Due to the higher elevation, of course, up there at Black Rock Mountain, it is a little colder than, for example, here in Middle Georgia. But if you have all those hiking trails, fishing spots, who cares about a couple degrees colder? I wouldn't. I'd rather sometimes have it a little cooler than warmer, because sometimes it's a little bit too warm here in Middle Georgia. In addition to that, if you are a foodie, there are a lot of culinary choices in downtown Clayton you could check out, and in general there is a lot of stuff nearby you could do. And if you want to stay a couple days with your family, you can choose between the mountaintop cabins, or if you like to camp, you can camp underneath the twisted oak trees for more privacy. So Black Rock Mountain State Park, definitely one you need to check out. Number 3 on the list is Cloudland Canyon, and Cloudland Canyon is definitely one of Georgia's most beautiful state parks, as well as most visited state parks, with easy access to a lot of overlooks. And the park itself has a lot of hiking trails with different difficulties. So if you're a beginner, check it out. If you're intermediate, you can check it out. And if you are a hardcore hiking or sports enthusiast, this state park is definitely for you, because they got some really hard hiking trails there as well. Breathtaking waterfalls, long range views, sheer canyon walls, and extremely nice sunsets. Those are things that make this a tourist favorite for Georgians as well as visitors from other states alike. This park has many miles you can hike. For backpackers and hikers, this is the most ideal state park. You can hike for hours to get to the most remote spots in the park and have beautiful overlook over the canyons and get those beautiful sunsets. You also can enjoy a night under the stars at the park's campground, and who doesn't like that? This park has an incredible history, and while hiking, you might encounter descendants of the original private owners, the Matthews, the Moores, and the McKay family. All of them are still living in the area. Originally, the park wasn't that big, but periodically they started buying more land, which now it ballooned to 3,484 acres. And until 1939, the park wasn't even accessible from its own state, Georgia. You only could access the park from Alabama or Tennessee until they put in Highway 131 that connects to US 41. Now, Georgians actually can visit the park, while before 1939, only people from Alabama and Tennessee were able to access the park, or you had to drive to Tennessee or Alabama to access the park that is in Georgia. Nevertheless, Cloudland is a park you need to visit. You need to go. And it doesn't matter if you are a hiking enthusiast or a nature camping enthusiast or not an enthusiast at all, you need to visit it. Number 3 on the list is FD Roosevelt near Pine Mountain, Georgia. And this park is most known for its mysterious rock wall on top of the mountain, as well as a variety of hiking trails. This park is definitely a hiker's dream, a heaven for hikers. Be surprised to find hardwood forests as well as mountains south of Atlanta. There's a lot of things and activities within the state park, but mostly hiking, and the park has a lot of history. So if you like history, you can combine hiking with history and hike and learn about history. How cool is that? You can take a tour guide out. They will tell you everything about the park. They will probably tell you about the Franklin D. Roosevelt story. He often loved to picnic at Dowell's Knob and overlooking the Pine Mountain Trail. So if you want to learn about history while hiking, you should check out this state park for sure. The Pine Mountain Trail is actually a pretty darn long trail, 23 miles. But don't you dare worry, you don't have to hike all 23 miles. I guess you already knew that you don't have to. They do have options for short trails as well as long trails. So if you love to hike 23 miles, you could. If you don't need to. If you and your family want to fully enjoy what the state park has to offer, you should definitely stay a night or two. You can either choose from a cabin on top of the mountain or at the shoreline on the lake in the park, as well as the campsite. So there is an option for each and every one out there. But if you want to fully enjoy all the activities and everything the state park has to offer, spend at least a night. And if you decide to visit, you definitely should check out the Little White House of Roosevelt, among all the other things there are to do in this immense state park. Number 1 on the list of the state parks in Georgia you need to visit Fort Mountain near Chatsworth, Georgia. This amazing state park is not only cool for hikers, but also for mountain bike riders and horseback riders. They can all enjoy the most beautiful trails that Georgia has to offer through the forest, over creeks, alongside the lakes. And this is something you need to see. You need to go there right now. Hikers can also explore the stone fire tower that was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps, and that mysterious wall on top of the hill, another mysterious stone formation. Apparently Georgia has a lot of mysterious stone formations on top of hills. This is actually believed to be an 855-foot wall. They don't believe it's 855 foot. They know it's 855 foot, but they believe it is a wall that was built by Indians back in the day to either protect themselves from other hostile Indian tribes or for any kind of ceremonies that they may had back in the day. If you visit this park in the summertime, you can cool off at the beaches on the lakeside. If you're a horseback rider, or you want to get into horseback riding, you can actually book a guided horseback riding tour, or if you got your own horse, you can actually rent a stall all year long. If you and your family want to visit that state park, I would definitely suggest to stay overnight. You can either use the campground and camp out with the family, or you can choose to book a cabin up there that is fully equipped. And I definitely recommend that because you want to see everything that park has to offer, and you might not gonna get that done in one day. So whether you are a local here in Georgia or out of state, it doesn't matter. You cannot deny that Georgia state parks are some of the most beautiful in the United States, and that is why I made this video. This was it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. I put the information about the state parks that I mentioned in the description below. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you think about each of the state parks. Have you been at one of those? Which one do you want to visit? I want to know. Please put it in the comments below. And if you want to see more about the state of Georgia, I encourage you to check out my playlist right here to get some more information. Doesn't matter if you live in Georgia, if you're moving to Georgia, or if you're leaving Georgia, this is definitely for you. And if you are thinking about moving to Georgia, hit me up. I'm a local real estate agent and I can help you either move out or move into Georgia. I'll see you in the next one.